Testament and even the New Testament, even in the Epistle in Philippians, all of these readings are actually teaching us a very, very fundamental lesson. The lesson about obedience. Every character in the readings today had to go in a point of learning to obey God, learning to obey the Almighty. Let's take, for example, the prophet himself, Elijah. You think of him, he's a prophet, he's strong, but he had to learn obedience. God told him, go to this brook, and I will send water, and there will be a raven that will provide for you. Now, it doesn't sound, how can that be? I'm sure that in his mind there were also questions, he's human, and there may be questions in his mind, but he just obeyed. And also the same is the woman that he met with her son. How he asked for water, and then later on he also asked for bread. And the situation there was not very nice because there was famine in the land, there was drought, there was hardship because of the low rain, and it was really very difficult. It was really an act of obedience to God. For the woman to really say, okay, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to bake you this bread for you the prophet. And the prophet said that because you've done this of obedience, you will be blessed. There are rewards. And even in Philippians, actually, if we would read the Philippian reading, our ultimate example here is our Lord Jesus Christ. In Philippians, he said, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to the point of death, even death on the cross. He's our ultimate example of what it is to obey. And even looking at the gospel today, the wise men, we look at them as somehow the Lord spoke to them. They're not Jews, but they're not the chosen people. But somehow, God, being the God Almighty, spoke to them in their hearts and summoned them and called them from the eastern lands to go and to worship the child Jesus. And they obeyed. And during that time, they didn't have trains, they didn't have airplanes, they didn't have modes of transportation. It was a very crude and very hard task of really following that star. But somehow they really just obeyed the voice in them. And they offered even gifts to the Lord. Children, today, the readings today give us a very, very good example of obedience. Look into your life right now. What is God trying to tell you? In areas, obeying my parents, obeying my teachers, doing what I am required to do, doing what I am expected in the house, in school. Many things that God tells us to obey. And today's reading calls us that as we obey, there is always a blessing. Of course, we do not do things just because of the blessing. We do things because we love God. That's the example we see in Jesus. How, even though it's the cross that is before him, because of his love for the Father and his love for mankind, he gave of himself. So, children, this is a very, very, very basic example of what obedience is. In the Old Testament, we see this was not pretty. It was famine, it was drought. It's probably, even if you look at it today, if there was no electricity, or we just came from a storm, and probably everything, the prices of commodities and the prices of things in the grocery would go up. And it's really a real challenge. But yet, when we obey God, God teaches us the better way. It is truly the better way. There is a hymn that we sing, trust and obey, for it's the only way to be happy in Jesus, if we trust and obey. And that is The lesson that God is teaching us today is to really obey. So, children, look at your life right now. What is God trying to tell you? A challenge, whether I will obey my parents, whether I obey my superiors, my teachers. When God is showing in His Word, in the area of giving, probably my tithes and my offering. In any area that God tells us to do in worship, in involvement, and in many things that God tells us to do, it's always a challenge to obey. But remember, when we obey, that is the better way that will never be taken away from us. As Jesus said to Mary, it will never be taken away from us if we make that choice. And it's a continual choice. It's not a one-shot deal. Every day will always be a challenge of obedience to God. But again, as we can see, in obedience there is blessing. Amen? But primary, beyond the blessing is really because we love God. He is the one who we serve. He is the ultimate example of obedience. Obeying because He loves the Father. And that's also with us. As we obey God because we love God with all of our heart. Please stand.